It's very late. It's like 7:30 p.m. my time. Usually I record much earlier if I'm going to post that day, but I was hanging out with the family today, so did not have a chance to get to anything earlier. We're going to do these today, but just a quick update for y'all. I know that I've got a couple of inquiries on the 2012 baseball break. I've been trying to pimp my last few videos just because this break has been open for a while, and I'd love to get it filled up so we can do the break and send the cards out to everybody. So right now there's 15 possible spots in this break, 2 teams each, and 11 have been filled, so there's only 4 left. So basically this is your last chance to get into that break. If I don't fill those spots, I'll just take them, I guess, myself, or do something with those remaining spots. But I think I'm probably going to try to record that video on Sunday, so, which is tomorrow. Please get in on that if you're interested. Also, somebody had asked me about buying additional spots if they've already bought spots and paid the shipping charge. I'm pretty sure I can do that if you just send me an email at info@hotcardboard.com. I can send you like an invoice for the number of spots, additional spots that you want. I think I can zero out the shipping, so that's how unfortunately there's no easy way to do that without my intervention, but yes, I can do that, and happy to take care of that if you email me at info@hotcardboard.com. So check the description for this video. You'll find a link to purchase if you've not already done so. So today we have 2021 Chronicles basketball hanger packs, 15 card value packs, otherwise known as. It's funny, I've been opening a lot of Chronicles lately. Like I just did racing. I feel like I did 2021 NFL like not too long ago, within the last couple weeks, and yeah, not too long, like around the Super Bowl, like the beginning of well, when was I guess that was a while ago, the Super Bowl. But in any event, I know I opened some 2020 Chronicles football, and sorry, 2021 Chronicles, no. Yeah, 2021 Chronicles football not too long ago, and I feel like there's been some other Chronicles stuff in the past several months, but I might be hallucinating. Anyways, and in all of that Chronicles opening, I apparently did not open any 2021 NBA Chronicles, which is what we have here, and I'm trying to think. I feel like you can still get 2020 Chronicles basketball in a couple of different places, and I'm pretty sure I did a video on that. That's one of the many Chronicles products that I've opened. So I was actually kind of surprised that 2021 was out, and I hadn't opened it yet. I don't think it's been out that long, but yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those products that like sort of flew right by me. And it's a product. The NBA Chronicles product is one I really love and look forward to each year. So that's why I'm particularly surprised that I picked these up when I went to a Target recently, and these are going to be pretty much impossible to open without some kind of cutting implement. So I got a refill blade for a box cutter. Unfortunately, the only sharp thing within reach here. So yeah, like I said, I don't even think I was aware this had been released. And there I am in Target, looking at these, going, "Oh, you know what? That's actually something I'd like to get." And so I Prestige, Donovan Mitchell, and the NBA season is starting up like pretty soon. I know they're doing practice. I don't know what they call it. Not spring training, but basically getting everybody ready. So that's exciting. I haven't looked in a while about how Zion Williamson is doing, but he's a big question, I think, for a lot of people this year, because obviously he had a pretty solid rookie year. Was injured pretty much all of last year, and nobody really knows, is he going to be like basically a total burnout who can't stay off the injured list, or is he going to bounce right back and be dominant the way that he certainly has the capability of? So that's a pretty big question that will hopefully be answered relatively soon. Nice Jalen Suggs, a playbook rookie. Evan Mobley. I'm trying to think. I don't even think I don't think I've seen blasters of this stuff anywhere, so I'm not sure if they're out. I'm just not seeing them where I have looked, or when I've looked, or if they're starting with like this particular format first, which sometimes happens. Like some particular retail formats just come out earlier than everything else, and everything else has to wait. Jose Alvarado. Trendon Watford. So, look at that. What's going on? This is like a bronze parallel, the color of the shiny metal there on the foil. This little thing here is silver on this one and bronze colored on this one. So it's a, fairly common parallel in Chronicles retail. So there's a second year LaMelo Ball. Very nice. And a Josh Giddey marquee bronze. So no, he had a pretty decent year last year. I'm not sure how he kind of ended the year, but I know towards the middle, like, people were pretty excited about all his stuff, so that's maybe not a bad card. This is a great card right here. One of the chromium, cards that is possible in Chronicles, and this is Cunningham. I think, was he the number 1 overall pick in the draft class, but did not win Rookie of the Year. That was Evan Mobley. Joshua Primo Classics. And a Jalen Green Classics. So I feel like there's a lot of talent in this 2021 class, but not a lot really had a major impact, or at least a hobby relevant impact in the league last year. So there's sort of a lot of untapped potential in my view, for what that's worth. Very little, but that's just the sort of sense I get. So yeah, if I were to stumble upon some of this stuff at a decent price, maybe I would pick up a bunch, but always a question about whether you're gonna be able to stumble on anything at a decent price. I will say that I feel like prices on stuff have just been going down. I've been seeing more, deals. Things last longer in, retail. Outlets like Target and Walmart and stuff. Optic basketball actually is just sort of coming out. I don't think it's like, I have seen people, who have, gotten some of it already, and they're selling it on Facebook or wherever. But I'm not sure it's like actually out in any stores yet, but it is being sold some places. And I was able to buy, at least, pay for and order some of it earlier today. Cade Cunningham, Luminance rookie, very nice. So that's kind of a good sign, I think. It did sell out eventually later in the day, but even to be able to put in an order is, a change from, the last couple of years where basically, unless you had a bot, you're just not getting anything. So I do think it's getting a lot easier to buy things. I think prices are, slowly but significantly coming down on, hobby products. So, Quentin Grimes, take him out. Evan Mobley, Essentials, I think is the set here. Yeah, Essentials. Very nice there. And the Franz Wagner, I feel like I also saw he had a decent season last year. Oh, nice Luka. And a Scotty Barnes rookie. Very nice cards right there. I don't know what this was, my first pack maybe. Well, there's 2 packs down, I think, and 2 to go. So yeah, it's getting good out there for, in terms of buying at lower prices. I still think things are, especially in the hobby market, and the larger resellers like Dave and Adams and Blowout, I think they still tend to price higher than the market warrants. But, I think it's a slow process for prices on, resale prices on things to come back down to the, atmosphere. After 2 years of very, significant price increases in just about every product imaginable in, NBA especially, and NFL, and to a lesser extent baseball. So to get back down to kind of a reasonable place, I think, and it will happen, right? Because they're just producing more and more of like sets, I think, and Trey Man is decent, I think. Anyways, yeah, that was just kind of a ramble, but it's I think, in a lot of ways it's good to see. I mean, it's sort of bad as somebody who is, somewhat in this business and have a lot of inventory, and the value of that inventory has gone down very significantly in the past year. But on the other hand, I also buy stuff, and constantly being unable to buy stuff because it's just, ridiculous, like $1,000 hobby boxes of like Donruss basketball is just insane, right? And nobody, I think, enjoys that. Ooh, that's really nice luminance bronze parallel of Kate. Oh, fantastic. This is only the second Doncic we've got. It's just a base marquee, but I'm loving every Doncic I get. Looking forward to another great year from Luka Doncic. This is Panini Honors Chromium card. Very nice. Brandon Boston Jr. and A.O. Dosunmu. Alright, so that's the third of 4 packs. We've got one more to go, and then I'm going to wrap this up and get her posted, and yeah, hopefully get the 2012 baseball break ready to roll so I can record that tomorrow and have some fun doing so. Again, for those who bought in or those who are thinking about it, that's a pre-recorded break, so I'll record a video of the break, much as I do for all my daily videos, and I'll do it on my setup where I can, show a computer screen as well, so you can see the randomization process. And maybe we can do some price lookups and stuff too. Very nice Jalen Green Crusade. It's actually pretty well centered. I kind of like the look of this thing. Condition wise, surface looks clean, so I might have to take a look at possibly grading that. Grading is an interesting concept. Right now, I should say the pricing of grading is an interesting concept. Grading itself is not very interesting. But PSA, as everybody knows, has been working through, and I think has worked through essentially their backlog. That was like two years. Actually, it's more like a year and a half of stuff that they had behind. They were behind in grading, and now they're sort of kind of getting slowly, like the rest of the card market, back to reality in terms of pricing. It had been like $25 a card for bulk grading, I believe, before they shut down, and then your cheapest grading was like $150 for a long time, like half a year. But now bulk grading has returned. If you are a member PSA, just, whatever you pay for a yearly membership. It's like 150, 200 bucks or something. Then you can grade. You can send in cards directly to PSA. And the cheapest grading service available right now is the bulk, which I think is $22 a card. However, I got a LeBron right there. I got an email the other day from one of the third-party submitters, called PC Sports Cards, and I've talked about them before. And I've done, I think, maybe 2 or 3 submissions with them. But I got an email from them saying they're doing bulk PSA grading through their service for $18 a card. So that's $4 less than, PSA offers its own members grading. So it kind of defeats the value of having your own PSA card or PSA membership when, you're paying more for grading that way than through just not having a membership, saving yourself $200 and, getting $4 a card less pricing. And $18 is, pretty darn nice. I mean, it would be really nice if the market hadn't, completely tanked and that, took the value of graded cards down with it. LeBron XR and a Franz Wagner. So anyways, I think the $18 price point, and I suspect that other, third-party submitters are able to probably offer similar pricing based on discounts they get from PSA. So that's probably, what we'll see as the cheapest PSA service for at least a little while. Will it go lower? I mean, I think if the sports card market continues to tank, and particularly if there's a, just overall economic downturn, a recession, for an extended period of time, then, boy, I wish I had his scissors now because I gotta clip these corners, but I may just leave these up later, but maybe I'll leave up the easy ones. But yeah, if there's a continued global downturn economically, then it's certainly going to affect the card market, and people are not going to be paying what they have been for cards, and that will mean there's less of an incentive to send things in for grading, and demand will go down. In PSA, during the pandemic when their grading business was so overwhelmed with demand, they really ramped up their capabilities. They hired a lot of new people, new graders. They bought another facility in New Jersey, I believe it is, on the East Coast, and I think they expanded significantly their facilities in California. So they have now, a lot of additional capacity that they're paying for, and they need demand to, kind of be at a certain level, or they're going to have a heck of a time paying for all that increased capacity. And if people are less inclined to grade cards because they're selling for less in the marketplace, they're going to be PSA, that is going to be in a real pickle. And the way you get out of that pickle, well, the legitimate way you get out of that pickle is you accommodate your product and its pricing to match what the market will yield, and that, or you can, decrease supply by ramping down some of their capacity, and they can maybe fire some graders, but I'm sure they don't want to do that because those people require training, and they've invested in them, and it's going to be really rebounds, either the global economy and or the sports card market, kind of hits another hot streak, then they're gonna need that capacity. So they're not gonna want to. It's not like fast food where you can train someone probably in 2 days, and there's not a whole lot of cost to do so. So, anyways, my big ramble there was to say maybe that I think PSA could theoretically lower prices even more than $18, or $22 direct. They might do $18 directly to members at some point. I suspect that may happen. That seemed to happen with their pricing before. It's like at one point the third-party submitters were cheaper than PSA itself, but PSA basically changed their structure, that they were charging the pricing structure of what they charged third-party submitters and their own member pricing, so that they were basically equal, and there was no real advantage to going through a third-party submitter. That's why I ended up submitting a lot of stuff directly at some point. Anyways, it's exciting to have a PSA option at $18 a card. I certainly will be sending in some cards at that level, and if they continue to grade fairly, in my view, then there should be some value coming out of the cards that you can submit that way, and the use of the service should provide its value. So anyway, there's my thoughts on grading. Hope everybody's doing well. There is a whole bunch of Panini Chronicles cards that I hope you enjoyed seeing. I was excited to crack into this product, and I don't think it disappointed. You got just a ton of rookies. And I only took out the guys that I think I was familiar with, them doing well. I kind of want to see how many I got, like, of each of the names that I pulled. So let me I think I said Evan Mobley. Was it Evan Mobley who won, or was it Scotty Barnes? I think it was Scotty Barnes who won the Rookie of the Year. Y'all are yelling at the screen, I'm sure, but yeah, I think it was Scotty Barnes and not Evan Mobley. Evan Mobley did have a good season. They both had, I think, really good seasons. I didn't, I heard barely anything about them just because their teams didn't really make the playoffs, or at least they didn't get far into them, but I don't think they made them. I'm taking out Luka, I'm taking out like the stars, I'm just going like Cade and Evan Mobley and the Jalen's. Another Cade. Jalen Green. Scotty Barnes. So there you go, you got like in 4 fat packs here. We got 2 Scotty Barnes, 1 Josh Giddey, a bunch of Cade Cunninghams, 3 Jalen Greens, 2 Evan Mobleys, and Jalen Suggs, a couple Franz Wagners. So yeah, pretty good stuff, I think, for 4 packs. Congratulations to you, Seattle Mariners fans. I saw earlier tonight they clinched the wild card series, winning 2 games out of 3 possible, and sweeping the Toronto Blue Jays. And they came back from an 8-1 deficit that was current as of the 6th inning, and then the Seattle Mariners scored a bunch of runs and ended up winning 10-9, so that was pretty exciting. Not so exciting for Blue Jays fans, and honestly I feel kind of bad because the Blue Jays have a lot of really young talent that is certainly, I think, something that would be great to see in the playoffs. But the Mariners have a few young guys that are pretty exciting too. So who knows what they'll do in the next series. All right, everybody, you have a great one. We'll catch y'all later.